Dual focus for ITC, rigid business with people. Having this dual focus for RTC, we want to balance between two things. One is profit, another is CSR. How to balance between the two is actually an art. Therefore, today we're going to present to you this dual focus strategy in order to have this balance well maintained. We believe that by innovating its newest technology, that is the e-couple that we have been reading through the case, we want to stress it and also to leverage it into other business. The dual focus today we are suggesting is on first, economic growth, secondly, on rural development. Economic growth. Economic growth, we want the project to be economically sustainable. That is, it can financially to sustain itself. Therefore, to have this profitability generated. Secondly, rural development. We understand that the company, ITC, is a very, very good company that wants to bring the Indian economy in rural area into a very attractive situation. That's why we believe that rural development should be one of the focus of today too. Our company will propose to the government that there is an urgent need for them to solve the problems of physical infrastructure. Because we know that there are so many farmers committing suicide in the rural areas because of the underdevelopment in the farming areas. Therefore, we are going to propose to the government that we should build some backbones of some to set up the e-couples to further expand it into the rural areas. So after solving these physical infrastructures and building all the backbones of for the further expansion of e-couples, we are going to approach the regional strategic partners like the energy resources company and also the technological companies to approach them, to explain to them that actually there will be a huge market potential in the rural areas in India.
After solving the challenges of e-couple and after improving e-couple's existing service in the agribusiness, we think that ITC should extend this wonderful platform that bridges people and bridges business into its other business sectors. For example, in the production of consumer goods, in the production of different products, say electronics products and household items, we think that ITC could outsource some of its business processes to rural people. And in this graph here, you can see that e-couple acts as a bridge that bridges rural people and ITC. And in one direction, we see rural people delivering finished or semi-finished goods towards ITC. And from ITC to rural people, we have orders of different products, training and instructions, as well as most importantly, pay. This achieves a lot of benefits. On the social side, it improves the rural people's livelihood. It also improves their employment opportunities. In addition, it also improves and expands their skills so that they could do something more than farming. For ITC, there are some economic benefits. This outsourcing of business processes to rural areas lowered their cost of production. On the other hand, it also improves ITC image as a company that has a focus on CSR.
And here comes our implementation plan. First of all, we are going to employ a strategic partnership with energy firms in order to set up digital infrastructure within the rural areas. Second, we also need to get some assistance from the Indian government to set up some physical infrastructure, for example, to power supply. And thirdly, and more importantly, we need to set up schools to educate farmers and also the students. To educate farmers, we mean that we teach them how to understand the importance of microfinance and let them understand the advantage of this plan. For students, we need to educate them about the use of IT in their daily life.
I would like to ask you one question. If you actually think of shedding the goals of CSRs, and you just provide your service as a commercial, a pure sort of profit-making, profiteering organizations, will you be more successful?
It's important for us to understand the nature of e-couples and its marketing attractiveness of e-couples. E-couples is made for corporate social responsibility to be reviewed in rural areas. Therefore, when we market to other sectors or other companies, it's easy for us to leverage it because it has a lot of awards on corporate social responsibility. However, if you are mentioning about like if we market e-couples as a pure profit-making tools for business organization, I believe that the impact might not be as significant because like there must be some other like more advanced system in the world for a corporation to adopt. Like there must be some like high-tech people doing a lot of things that can like shorten the value chain and also to make the system become more efficient. Therefore, the selling point of this e-couple is actually it is based on rural areas. It's coming from the citizens. It is also matching the principle of the ITC, and this is actually a big selling point of e-couple. I'm not sure if the profitability will grow a lot if we market it as a pure profit-making tool. However, we believe that like by marketing this goal of having balancing between profitability and corporate social responsibility will be appealing to like a lot of investors.
Somewhat related to that question. Imagine I come from the poorest village in India.
Yep.
I hardly have any money to buy any insurance products or what have you.
True.
My grain is not attractive because they're actually of quite poor quality as well. Actually, no company really want to buy them. Now, in terms of your rollout, would you roll out to my village? And if so, when would you roll out to my village? So economically, what I'm kind of saying, economically, it makes no sense to roll to my village because you never actually make a return. But are you going to roll out to our village?
Because you mentioned about the poorest areas with the poorest growth and the poorest quality of crops. So therefore the government, I believe, because we are approaching the government for help, because the government, Prime Minister, they are very concerned about the situation, committing suicide situation by the farmers in the rural areas because they are very poor. So I believe when we are seeking fundings from the government, I think governments will focus on that area first because that is the poorest area. I think the government will be like want to help them the most needy one. So I think the government will then like putting more focuses and attention to that area. So with the government fundings, then we can proceed to like setting up the institute, and also because why they are so produce such a poor quality crops, maybe because their technology is very bad. So with those at that institute set up by us, so we can teach them about the technological expertise, for example, mechanical farming, something like that. So by doing so, we are actually turning the vicious cycles of being, generating very poor crops with poor farmers. After we set up the institute, we are going to improve the situation, and I think that is really value adding besides earning money. Plus, because this is so poor, so I think the growth rate will be very significant. So that will be good for our business as well.